Overcoming fear. I'm Dr. Tonya Echols Cole. I'm your board certified radiation oncologist and breast cancer survivor. Now, as survivors, we are fearful of a lot of things. We're scared we're going to die of cancer. We're scared that our cancer will come back or that we'll have a bad outcome to a procedure or treatment that we're getting. It's normal to have these thoughts. You just have to make sure that you don't dwell on them. You can't make that your primary focus. Now, the dictionary defines fear as an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. I like to think of it as false evidence that appears real. When you think about it, we are scared of what we think might happen. But fear can have such a tight grip that it causes you to make decisions based on a perception of danger that could very well be imagined. Fear was designed to cause you to pause and to examine, but fear should not bring you to a complete halt. So, how do you push past your fear? You have to treat fear like it's your fuel. You know how a car needs gasoline to go? It gives the car the energy that it needs to operate, to go faster. Fear should give you that push that you need to ask more questions. Fear should cause you to find the answers that you need to make more informed decisions about your treatment. Fear should propel you to want to take better care of your body. Fear should cause you to evict those bad habits like smoking or drinking in excess or overeating. It should make you plan for the unexpected. How do we go from fearful to fearless? The first thing we need to do is acknowledge our fear. Now, it's perfectly okay to let someone know that you're scared. Let your doctor know when you have questions or when you don't understand. That way, he or she can make sure that you get the information you need to make you feel comfortable with your treatment, to make comfortable with the decisions that you're making. It's okay to let a close friend or family member know that you're scared. When they know you're scared, they can say those things that will comfort you. But if you don't acknowledge your fear, then that fear manifests into something that will hold you back and do you harm in the future. The second thing we need to do is stay in the now. We need to stay present to what is going on right now. We can't think about what's happening in the future or dwell on what's happened in the past. As I said before, fear is false evidence appearing real. We're scared of things that haven't even happened yet, or we're basing that fear on something that happened before. So you have to be intentional about staying present and living right here in the now. Now, the third thing that we need to do is get more information. When we don't have all the information, we have a lot of anxiety. And that anxiety causes us to freeze. Do your research. The more information that you have, the less anxiety you will have about making decisions or moving forward. That may mean that you have to get a second opinion. That may mean that you have to ask more questions. That may mean that you need to read a book. But ask as many questions as you need. Get the information you need to feel comfortable. Fourth thing you need to do is be prepared. You need to plan for the unexpected. As cancer patients, our lives are very unpredictable. With any chronic illness or any life-threatening illness, things don't always go as planned. So you have to make sure that you plan for the unexpected. And when you plan for the unexpected, you don't live in fear of something happening because you're prepared if it does. That means you need to have, a living will for someone to make decisions for you if you can't make decisions for yourself. You need to have, your regular will in place so that if for some unforeseen reason you do pass on, that your heirs know what to do. And that's not something that you have to worry about at life's end. You need to have a financial nest egg put aside just in case you have to take off work, whether it be temporary or permanent. You need to have all of those things planned well ahead of time so that you're not worrying about those things, because what you need to concentrate on right now is really doing all the things that you want to do and living the life you want to live. You shouldn't preoccupy yourself and be fearful of all those things. The fifth thing is you need to practice. If you have to do something in front of someone, you have a presentation, you have a performance, you know from experience that when you practice that thing, when you've got it down, when you visualize yourself doing it, you are much, much better and much, much more at ease when you're doing it. Practice, practice, practice. That will take away a lot of the anxiety that you have. Now, the last thing, and I think this is my favorite, is you need to stay positive. When I was going through my cancer journey, I was very intentional about keeping negativity away from me. That means you may have to move some people out of your circle. That may mean that you need to not associate with certain groups or go certain places, because there are some very well-meaning people who don't realize that they're negative. And those people can really suck the life out of you. And those aren't the people that you need around you when you're going through a cancer journey. One thing that I did intentionally, I stopped watching the news. I realized that the news has so much negative information. And the last thing that you need seeping into your spirit during this time is all of that negative energy, all that negative information. So make it a point. Do things that make you stay positive. Laugh. Comedy is the best medicine. Continue on your road to being awesome.